Can Nottingham Forest really get promoted this season? Let's find out. Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another video on the channel, and today we are talking about Nottingham Forest Football Club. Before we get into this video guys, make sure you've dropped a like, subscribed, and let's talk about Nottingham Forest. So then, Nottingham Forest, the club from the East Midlands, a big club in the Championship division who haven't been in the Premier League since 1999, and this season, 21 games in, you could already split it into two parts for them. There was the first 7 or 8 games under Chris Hughton where they were in relegation form and everyone was really concerned for them, and then there's been the bit since then under Steve Cooper where they've looked very impressive. So let's break it down. So then, last season in the Championship, Nottingham Forest slumped to a 17th place finish. It's not ideal for a club like Nottingham Forest. They're a big club, remember, big expectations at a club like that. And you just think, chalk it off, move on to the next season. I actually got to see them play on the opening day of this season because they came away to my team, Coventry City, and you could split that game into two parts. I think Nottingham Forest in the first half were really good. They pressed us. Brennan Johnson did some wonderful work down that right-hand side, setting up Lyle Taylor for that opening goal. But I could see the problems at Nottingham Forest in just that game alone, because once they had that one goal, they sat back, and that's a Chris Hughton thing. They sat back and they seemed to think, we'll take the 1-0 here. We equalised with about 10 minutes to go, and from there was only going to be one winner because they were still sat back trying to just take a 1-1. Coventry went on to win that game 2-1 in the last minute of stoppage time, and as good as that was for Coventry, I remember turning to my friend and saying, Forest are going to have problems this season if they play like that. And that went on to be the case, because after 7 games, Forest were rock bottom with only 1 point against struggling Derby County, and inevitably Chris Hughton was sacked. And as much as I respect Chris Hughton as a manager, it goes to show the negative effect he was having at Nottingham Forest, because the caretaker manager Stephen Reid went on to win the next game 2-0 at Huddersfield. After that, Nottingham Forest went on to bring in Steve Cooper as the manager. I remember thinking at the time, that's a really clever appointment. I think he was very underestimated at Swansea City because he didn't get them promoted, but to finish in the playoffs in back-to-back seasons is an incredible achievement for anyone. But as much as I rated Cooper at Swansea and thought this was a very good appointment, I still didn't expect him to do as well as he has done. Steve Cooper dragged Nottingham Forest kicking and screaming away from the bottom 3 within an instant. They won 4 consecutive matches when he came in and still only lost 1 game in 14 in the time he's been here. In that time, Nottingham Forest have been averaging 2 points per game, which is crazy. That is definitely playoff form, if not automatic form, and if they continue that into the second half of the season, then I have no doubt they can battle and possibly get into the playoffs this season. All of a sudden, the Forest fans are no longer looking down the table at the relegation battle, they're looking up the table. At the time of recording this, they're within 6 points of the top 6. They could be in there by Christmas time, which is absolutely crazy. The form they're in, they could definitely do it. Like I said, in the last 2 seasons, Steve Cooper's taken teams into the playoffs, so can he do it with Nottingham Forest? Can Nottingham Forest really return to the Premier League? It's been 22 years since they got relegated, and they're a massive club. Some would say they deserve to be in there. I think they really could do it. Let's not forget, they're not just winning games, but they're playing good football as well. The goals are coming from all over the place. They've got Graben, Zinkernagel, Brennan Johnson, Lyle Taylor. They're all chipping in with goals. I think this is a well-rounded team, and Steve Cooper's really got them on an upward trajectory. I'm a Coventry City fan, and I'm not looking forward to playing them in the second half of the season. What's going to be a really good test for them is their 3rd round FA Cup game against Arsenal. Remember, they beat Arsenal before in the 3rd round a few years ago. Can they really do it again? It'd be a good test for them. So then guys, that wraps up today's video. If you're a Forest fan, let me know your thoughts down below. If you're not, if you've seen Forest this season, what do you think of the football they play? Can they really do it this season? If not, could they do it next season? Let me know down in the comments. If you've enjoyed this video guys, please make sure to drop it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.